Mark Sanchez, unfortunately, goes down with the other Jets quarterbacks that didn't pan out, and we're about to talk about one that didn't, and that's Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold recently went on Taylor Lewan's podcast, Bussin' with the Boys, and he said, I know I'm a good quarterback. I've proved it. And he says, whatever happens, happens. He has that type of attitude at this point. I think he has to at this point. I don't think Darnold is totally wrong. He's not wrong. He has proved he's a good quarterback. And I know that everybody is giving him backlash on social media, but he has proved he's a good quarterback for him to think that way. I mean, you look back his rookie year versus Green Bay. He threw for 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, and went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers. Look at his second season versus Washington. He had 293 yards, 4 touchdowns. And then his first 3 weeks in Carolina, 9 total touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and Carolina was 3-0. Sam Darnold has shown he can be a good quarterback in flashes.
I was gonna say,
has he done it throughout an entire season? No, but for him, the way he said he thinks this. He knows he's a good quarterback. He's proved it. I don't disagree with that statement because in his mind and in his experience, he has had moments where he's proved I can do this. So that's why I don't totally disregard this statement.
You could say every quarterback has proven it then. Almost every quarterback has shown
Daniel
flashes.
Jones is cash, right?
Well, I think if you would ask Daniel Jones if he thinks he's a good quarterback.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's
he's a good quarterback.
say that.
I don't think Darnold's a good quarterback. But I'm just saying, I can understand why he thinks he proved he can be a good quarterback.
Interesting wording.
Because, for example, if you play any sport, right, you may not be a scorer. But what if one game I have 20 points, I proved I can score that now. Like, I proved I can do that.
Austin Reeves had a 30-point triple-double,
he
right?
He proved he can do it. So all I have to do is prove that I can do it again. Sam Darnold is stuck right now in proving that he can do it consistently.
He can.
But has he proved that he can do it? He has proved he can do it. Has he proved he can do it consistently? He hasn't. But I understand why he says it. I understand it.
I think he's saying that because he has to say that. What is he expected to say?
I think he
I'm a
believes
dog shit quarterback.
Yeah.
You can't say it.
I think he believes that, though.
Well, he should. If you're an NFL quarterback,
He believes that.
number 3
because he
overall
even
pick,
said to
you should
Taylor one, he
believe
said
that.
he was like, "You're gonna laugh when I say this, but I like this how I feel."
Because he knows it sounds ridiculous.
And he didn't even list himself as like one of the top 5 USC quarterbacks. Also,
He's just a humble guy, man.
Do you know who he had on his list?
he had Palmer, Leinart. He had Sanchez in there.
Barkley, I believe.
He did have Barkley at 3.
He had somebody else that was like, I forgot their name.
Barkley was crazy. Barkley would have been the number 1 overall pick. He came out his junior year. He came back his senior season, screwed it all
off
up.
the top of my head. Number 5 facts.
I'm not going to ask you to look it up.
Thanks.
It was somebody that I don't even know. I forgot the name.
Either way. But regardless of that fact, let's be completely frank for a second. The answer is no. He's not proven that he's a good quarterback because what it takes to be a good quarterback is consistent level of play at being good. He's yet to do that. The best we saw him was his second year in New York, and that season even still was disappointing because he missed the first month because he had mono. He comes back and he has some really good moments. I think the one that stands out specifically to me is that game against the Cowboys where he had that bomb touchdown to Robbie Anderson. You guys ended up finishing the season 500 or one game over 500?
7-9.
7, excuse me, I apologize, yes.
And Mike Greenberg, after that game, said that Sam Darnold was better than Dak Prescott.
Which is obviously insane, but maybe if Darnold... no, it's insane.
That's crazy.
If Darnold doesn't miss the first month, some games go the Jets' way instead of the other. Who knows?
I don't think
Such
so.
a Jets
I'm
thing to
saying,
have
right,
a quarterback
I don't think
gets
so.
mono.
I'm just saying.
The reason-
Give me one sec.
the reason
I'm
I
just
say
saying.
that-
Let's just live in this world, right? Let's say this first month, Darnold really is because he came back and he was good. He was good. I'll give him. He wasn't anything more than that. But let's say he played good that first month of the season. Who knows what happens? Now, in the grand scheme of things, ever since that season, he's been a complete disappointment, and that's just the truth of the matter. Now, in Carolina, he had a great start. I'll give him that.
He had
that
a 3-game
leeway.
stretch where
he had
really
a
good.
3-game stretch of being borderline, really, really good, and was horrible the rest of the season. There's no way that I could sit here and say that I can deem him anywhere near the word good when he's yet to show me consistently that he can keep that level of play.
His numbers after those first 3 games, he had 182 yards per game on 5.4 yards per attempt, 6 passing touchdowns to 12 interceptions.
It's a bad offensive game plan. That's what that sounds like to me.
Since when are you a Sam Darnold defender?
This is what I want to say. You mentioned, Drew, the point about Sam Darnold, his second season. For one, I remember that season vividly. Sam Darnold missing the first month was the best thing to happen to him because our schedule was brutal.
Not really.
Our schedule was brutal. Yes,
to a degree. You lost to the Bills.
They were great.
16-17.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm just looking at it right now.
So that was the game he played.
The Browns.
He played against the Bills though.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
So he got hurt. He had mono from weeks 2 to week 5.
Yep.
All right. So the Browns.
They were good.
23-3.
Well, they were supposed to be good.
New England 30-14.
Yeah, New England was nice.
That's New England. And then Philadelphia 61.
Philadelphia was nice that year.
31-6. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like they're nice, but like compared to the Jets,
they're playoff teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this kind of had me thinking because we have,
and also Sam Darnold lost to the Jaguars and the Bengals that year.
Yeah.
When we were going on the second half of the year, I mean the Bengals were winless.
Yeah,
the Bengals were winless, and the Jaguars
we got them back
were one of the worst teams.
Got them back this year.
Darnold did play,
but this had me thinking because we always have like these thoughts about is this situation, is it the player, and we're kind of having these thoughts now with Daniel Jones, right? Is he going to turn into something? But if you go through the top 10 quarterbacks, top 12 quarterbacks in the league, they were good right away, or they were good year 2. Rodgers, different situation because he sat, but he was phenomenal his first year. Brady was phenomenal, Super Bowl champ, Pro Bowl. Mahomes, Herbert. Josh Allen is the anomaly there where it took him year 3 to be good. But then Kyler Murray was great year 1. Lamar Jackson, his first 4 games, he was solid. Year 2, unanimous MVP. Matt Stafford, he took a little bit of time too. It wasn't until year 3. He was hurt year 2 to his credit. I think he only played 3 games. Burrow was great year 1. Russell Wilson was great year 1. Deshaun Watson was great year 1. So I know we have all these talks about is the situation, is the players, the coaching, is the pieces around him. But the top quarterbacks in the league were really good, really quick. And then on the other side, if you look about the quarterbacks who have busted over these last few years, I think I went back since like 2016 or so. The guys who have struggled, Sam Darnold, he's not good. Daniel Jones, the verdict's still out, but I'm out on him. Dwayne Haskins struggled. He never turned into a franchise guy. Josh Rosen, we know what happened to him. Drew Lock, Geno, Paxton Lynch, Hackenberg. Wentz and Baker are kind of the only 2 in there that are still like 50-50. Some people believe in them, some people don't.
Goff?
But
are you throwing him in that category?
Goff is in that category too. But for the most part, what you are those first 2 seasons is probably what you're going to be the rest of your career.
So the biggest anomaly is Josh Allen.
Yes.
That's the only one that you can look at.
And Stafford, but Stafford was hurt year 2.
But his first season being healthy, he was fantastic.
Yeah, year 3. Well, his rookie season he wasn't great, but year 3 he was amazing. He had I think 40 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he had 5K.
So what are you telling me? You're telling me Zach Wilson's not going to be good?
So I'm saying is at least by year 2, and you can make the argument if you're not great year 1, all of these quarterbacks in the top 10 outside of Josh Allen showed year 1 they could be special. Now, I'm not saying I'm out on Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence, but if they don't show like. Because it's been different. We've had this rule where we have to wait 3 years for a quarterback, 4 years for a quarterback. No, that's not true. If you're not good,
Josh Allen's the only reason why that exists.
He's the only reason, but you have it's such a low probability still. If you're looking at
Ryan Tannehill,
but he was decent in Miami.
But even still, exactly, he was decent
Kirk
in Miami,
Cousins.
And he's decent. He was good in Washington when he started.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
Yes, he was, bro. He was really
Kirk
good in
Cousins
Washington.
was an interception machine his first couple of seasons, bro.
He put up good numbers in Washington.
He did.
Without a doubt.
He did not.
He did,
bro.
His first season.
Not first, maybe at least second. That's why it's 2 years now. You get 2. If you're not good by the end of your second year, you're done. It's a different NFL where you don't get to sit for a season. I mean, it happens every once in a while, I guess. But for the majority of the time, you're going out and you're playing pretty early.
Kirk Cousins, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, 4 touchdowns, 7 picks, 10 touchdowns, 9 picks, then 29 touchdowns, 11 picks.
What was his first year starting?
10 touchdowns, 9 picks,
no,
2014.
Not starting. He wasn't
Like,
starting.
give me like
starting.
10 games started or something because he
that-
sat behind
his
RG3.
first season starting completely 29-11.
Okay.
Yeah, but he had 3 years to like
I
sit
know,
and
yes,
learn.
that's a different situation because it took him some time to get in. Same thing with
Because
Aaron Rodgers.
RG3
And he was the number 2 overall pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're starting right away, and even if you're not starting right away, if it takes you that first season, if you're not good right away, like it sounds crazy, but if you're not good right away, look at the top 10 quarterbacks. They were all great almost immediately. So the whole you have to wait multiple seasons, see what happens, it's not really true. If you're not good by year 2, you could cut bait on a quarterback. That's why going on to year 4 with Daniel Jones, they're different situation. They're rebuilding. They got Tyrod to bring in now, but that's why I don't believe in him because it's year 4 now. Like, if I haven't seen it now, I'm probably not going to see it.
We're talking about Sam Darnold, though.
I know, but he falls in the same category where everyone was wondering, oh, was it the Jets, this terrible organization, Adam Gase, this terrible roster. He goes to Carolina with a much better roster. The offensive line isn't great, but the roster is better, at least offensively for sure. And he's still proven that he's still a turnover machine who's not accurate.
I mean, I was never high on Sam Darnold.
Never? Come on.
You just defended
Stop
him.
it. No. He's saying that jokingly.
I didn't defend him. I'm saying I can understand why he says he believes that he's proven he's a good quarterback because he has proven it in
singular moments.
In stints,
Maybe.
he's proven it. In stints, in little droplets, he's proven it.
You could say, yeah.
That's true. But I'm looking at the glass half full, not half empty. And I'm taking Sam Darnold's word. No, you're not being pessimistic. What I'm just saying is that I can understand why Sam says this.
Ranking in the NFL right now?
Look, this is what I'm going to say.
28?
That's the 30th best quarterback.
What do I believe? You guys haven't asked me that once.
No, that's exactly what I did.
We
I
did
said, what do you think?
What I believe, I think
haven't asked me that once.
Sam Darnold
You're ridiculous.
is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL currently. He's been the least efficient non-rookie quarterback when trailing since 2019. It's been Sam Darnold. Between 2019 and 2021, Darnold has 37 interceptions and 24 fumbles in 36 games.
That's nuts.
That is ridiculous.
It's like 2 a game.
3 of his first 4 seasons, Darnold has failed to complete 60% of his passes and 9 touchdowns. He's only had 9 passing touchdowns these past 2 seasons in each season, and 12 and 11 games played. So he doesn't even average a passing touchdown a game. I don't think Sam Darnold is good. And when he went to Carolina, I said he wasn't going to be good. They talked about him making the Ryan Tannehill type of leap. Well, I never saw it. And I even said it back then that he's not going to do it because Ryan Tannehill was good. He was a good quarterback. Same with Mitch Trubisky. Like Mitch Trubisky, what he's going to do in Pittsburgh, he's going to be good. I believe that. Sam Darnold, though, I was never in on him when he went to Carolina. But I can, like I said, I can understand why he said this because he has proven in moments that he's a good quarterback. And when you, as an individual, do something once, you believe you can do it again, even though you don't do it.
This argument stinks.
No, it doesn't.
I get what your whole point is here. Yes, you prove it once.
So
yes,
have you ever done something that you've done it? You probably know you're not good at it, but you're like, I can do it again because I've done it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm horrible at soccer. I've played really, really good defense. I'm not claiming that I'm good at soccer. I'm not doing that. Are you claiming
you're a good defender because you singled out defense?
Yeah, because that's really all I can do. I can't dribble. I can't shoot. I can't pass. But I can play defense.
Would you say that
I'm not good?
Would you say that you've proven you're a good defender?
No.
Hell no.
No
way. It's different for a professional athlete in his sport, though. I expect Darnold to say that.
No, listen, I'm fine with him saying it because you need confidence. That's one of the main thing that goes into being a professional.
He's fighting for his NFL career.
However, now as we analyze the statement, it's egregiously incorrect. That's it.
Agreed.
Did you listen to what he said about the fans?
No, I can't remember off the top of my head.
I actually watched the entire interview, and no, I'm lying. I skipped to the part where they got past USC and just about the NFL.
That was interesting. Talk to USC.
He basically said that he hates when fans criticize. He hates when fans criticize because he's like, strap it up. Like, strap it up, man. Like, you do it. And he's like, I don't go to a construction worker and say, hey, that tiling or the house you built sucks and stuff. And it had me thinking. And I was like, well, regular people get told they suck at their jobs every day. It isn't just professional athletes that get told they suck.
That's what Baker said too. In his, we're getting to Baker a little bit later, but he said that I would love to show up to somebody's cubicle and just boo the shit out of them and watch them crumble. But he's replaceable. At the end of the day, you're replaceable. If you're not great, you're replaceable.
Bro, literally modern jobs in America, and we live in America, so I guess I can make this analysis. But jobs in America make you feel replaceable, especially me at this age. I've worked multiple jobs. I worked at UPS. I worked as a delivery driver. I worked at jobs that I know are replaceable jobs, and I mean, people don't criticize you like on a grand scale because nobody cares. But like you are a professional athlete, of course you're gonna get more scrutiny or more attention on you because
even we get
that's
scrutinized.
how much you
Bro,
have.
like,
That's the fan base.
Go look at our TikTok comments, bro. We get scrutinized to hell.
Yeah,
We watch more film than they ever will in their entire lives, and they're calling us casuals.
Yeah,
That's just how
it's just
goes.
it's just how people all have opinions, and most of the time they suck.
That's the thing though about like Sam Darnold though is that I don't know why athletes say that like, oh, I would love to go to somebody's job and just boo the shit out of them. Like, bro, it's not. I don't know why athletes feel like they're the only ones being singled out when it comes to criticism. Like everybody gets criticized at any job you are at, unless you're at the top of the top at your field or your job. Everybody at every job they have deals with the boss, deals with coworkers, deals with people that criticize them, deals with like people that work in customer service, deal with shitty attitudes all day. Like it's not just professional athletes who have it bad and like, oh my God, you know, you're getting random people on Twitter calling you out. You must have this horrible
social media. If you have
freaking
any
thing.
sort of following, you're gonna get criticized. No matter what you tweet out, people are gonna come and say like, oh, you're an idiot, you're dumb, you don't know what you're talking about. It's just what social media is. Like I get what Darnold's saying, like it sucks, but it's just kind of something you have to be like, all right, who does John Smith 87643? What the hell does he know?
Yeah,
you know,
with no
like,
avatar.
With,
in his
yeah,
name.
with no Avi, like he doesn't know
I
shit.
understand what he's saying. Like it does suck, but I don't agree with this statement or a lot of athletes' statement and acting like it only happens to them.
Yeah, like people
Does
shit on
it- does
LeBron,
it
people
just
shit on
becoming-
Brady.
It's on a more global
Yeah, you're
scale.
right. That's why it just happens to them. It's more apparent.
And it's so
But
easy
just because
to
it's
find.
more apparent doesn't mean it only happens to them.
Because you got, if Darnold tweet, I don't even know if he has a Twitter, but he tweets something out. I'm imagine 80% of his replies are people just shitting on him. Like there's not a doubt in my mind.
The $20 million a year shouldn't make that feel a little bit more at ease,
I would be fine.
right? Like if
You're
you're
fine.
if I'm getting $20 million, I promise you, I'm reading these like any hate comment towards me, I'm chuckling.
I was
mean,
gonna
Sam
say,
said he doesn't even read anything.
Real,
Yeah.
and that's
He
real.
doesn't read anything.
Which is why he has this confidence, and I can respect that. But a little bit of
I'm not getting
fallacies were
paid
told.
20 mil. I saw 50 people call me a moron for saying
the
the Bengals weren't going to make the Super Bowl or whatever. They got lucky. I don't
Yeah.
care, bro. Like call me an idiot.
Yeah.
If I would imagine I would have said last season the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, I would have been destroyed on social media. Everyone would have said I have no idea what I'm talking about. People would say get him off the show, and I would have been right.
Yeah.
That's why you don't know shit.
Yeah,
no one
that's true.
does.
So I decided to look up the list for Sam Darnold's top 5 USC quarterbacks just because. So it was Palmer, it was Matt Leinart, Mark Sanchez, Barkley, and Rodney Peete. You know who that is? So Rodney Peete finished second in Heisman voting in 1988, was a 6th round, 141st overall pick. But he was
Assuming he didn't do
pretty
anything,
pretty damn good in USC.
I totally forgot about Matt Leinart.
Yeah, Leonard was the first name that came to mind. Him and Vince Young.
No,
Rose Bowl.
Leinart 100%. He ended up getting the Heisman because Reggie Bush had his stripped. And that's ridiculous in and of itself, but that's a whole other conversation.
Leonard was disgusting at USC.
Bro,
He was good. He should
so
have been
dirty.
a good. What's wrong with USC quarterbacks that they just don't pan out, bro?
Carson Palmer. He wasn't bad.
That was the only one though.
He was good. No, it wasn't. He was good.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt.
Really good.
He was the only one though.
He had great moments.
Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
No,
I think
he
so.
was the only one that was.
Oh,
good
yeah,
in the
yeah,
NFL. Everybody else wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, there was only 2 other first round picks.
Matt Barkley, Mark Sanchez.
But Barkley
Sam
was
Darnold.
like 5th round.
Matt
pick.
Barkley wasn't a first round pick. I'm just saying like Matt Leinart, Matt Barkley, Sam Darnold. They all didn't pan out.
Leinart was first rounder, right? And Darnold. Those were the only 2 first rounds that didn't pan out. And then Palmer did.
Off the top of my head, was the 10th overall pick.
Yeah.
And he didn't get a chance because of Kurt Warner. He came.
It was Arizona, right?
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Yeah.
Listen, that helps. That helps some quarterbacks.
You know that Sam Darnold used to play linebacker
Yeah.
in high school?
That's pretty crazy.
Yep.